Why? No. Actually, very specific time right now. You just hold your horses, Stanley. It's almost time. It's not time yet, but it is almost time. You want to know something I'm kind of obsessed with? And it's such a stupid specific thing. But you know what? This is my, essentially my private diary. The only people that ever seem to come here are Gopher, for some reason, from the Shroomery. Which I really, genuinely, I like that. That's kind of cool. He just pops in here and he's like, yep, Genesis is off doing some dumb game shit again. I'm like, which I do. Done, confirmed. Time just changed. Oh. Well, I'll tell you one damn thing. I'm not going to my boss's office again. Uh-oh. I don't think it expected me to come back. Last night was a fugue state. I got too high. I was sleep deprived, and I just started blasting away at this after a particularly long and unfruitful bout of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And let me tell you, without getting too into it, that game managed to burn so much time from me so quickly, and it's so weirdly addictive. I had to resist the urge to go back and play it again last night, but I decided to play something else. Decided to get into the Stanley's Parable. And I didn't regret it. It was a lot of fun. I was very tired, and at one point during my stream, I guarantee if you look back on it, you can tell exactly where I passed out at least twice, maybe more. And I think Stanley, might have noticed, and the Parable might have noticed, because it started acting differently. I think my favorite part was when I just locked myself into a broom closet for at least 5 minutes to just hide, to just have some choice in my life for a second there, to just give myself a little control over this fucking narrator that just for even a second got control and had me go into the room he wanted. He locked me in there and started just showing me slides to abuse me. So I know the narrator isn't trying to help me. The narrator is the bad man. But I don't know what their intentions fully are yet. I don't want them to tell me where to go. So we'll have to see. What? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times. Huh. So most people don't. Yeah, I did. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Well, you know what? I appreciate that you appreciate it, because I think it's going to have some weird significance, and this kind of proves that I was right. It's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. This is true. It's a total trust thing. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Okay. Since you've been cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Okay, now I feel like an asshole for setting the clock. Yeah, I think they're having a good joke on me for setting the clock right. Okay, now I feel like a dumbass. Because I knew there was something fucked up, because I checked the settings and there was no way to check the time. So, and then I looked at the clock. This really bugged me out. I looked at the clock last night and I had set the time correctly on the game, and it wasn't set correctly on the goddamn clock in the office, which I know it shouldn't bother me. I know it shouldn't. It did a lot. It bothered me a lot, actually. Continue. I'm going to smoke this fatty, and I'm going to make him wait. It's my 1 second.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I couldn't stay away. It was inexplicable. I wanted to know, is there more? .427. I'm gonna say it for you. You're a fucking chump. Why do you have this lamp set all the way back here when it should be right here on your desk? I can see power cords. You could plug it in right there. So your lamp could be right here, directly in your area. Bam! Throw it into the garbage. Put up a sick poster right here, have a UV light or something above it. Man, Jesus Christ. Your work area sucks. You need some of those oil fucking hourglasses. You gotta have some of those. You need to have a full-on goddamn humidifier with the infuser blasting mist over this entire area. This workspace should be an adventure. This shit makes me want to kill myself, Stanley. Let's get out of here and never come back.
All of his co-workers